Welcome back. Dose of Truth here. We're going in a different direction. Those of you who know me from Four People in a Bottle. Got my buddy Jermaine with us today. We're going to be talking about his struggles with alcohol in the past and how he kind of overcame it and where he's at now in life. Hopefully in a better place. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. 100% in a better place.
Much better.
Kind of talk about like maybe the causes or kind of like why, right?
Okay.
Because I know for me, when I was going through a tough time, it's very easy to grab a bottle.
It is.
Very easy.
It is.
Not always the smartest choice, but first of all, on a good note, how many years sober?
So if I make it to May 7th this year, it'll be 8 years.
8 years. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect. That's good. Now, how did you get introduced to it? First of all, like I know a lot of us sitting on the other end, right? We're introduced to it, and maybe like this is. I'm not approving this, but in high school or
Disclaimer.
probably at the underage when we shouldn't be getting involved into it. You go to parties and hang out with friends and doing this and that, trying to impress some girls or something, and you're like, oh yeah, I can.
Oh yeah.
So, but like, how did you kind of get introduced, in a sense, to alcohol?
Well, see, we didn't really have alcohol in the house per se because my mom didn't drink. My dad, he drank way back in the day. But
like when you were a kid?
No, this
before
is way before me.
Okay.
So, a little bit about myself and my family. My father, he was born back in 1921.
Okay.
So he was about 60 years old when I was born.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
he served in the military back in the late 30s, early 40s. And apparently when he got out of the military, I don't know if it's because he seen something, did something, whatever the case may be, in the service. But yeah, he was, pretty big drinker, pretty good partier, stuff like that.
It's pretty common, yeah, for like military people.
Soldiers.
Okay.
Soldiers, we work hard, we play even harder, right?
Yeah.
So, as the story goes, after he met my mother and they started to, get serious and stuff, my mother sat him down and said, well, I think she sat him down. But anyway, she told me, she told me that she looked at him and she said, look, I'm not down with any of that foolishness that you're into, whatever. And you want to be with me, you want to have a family with me, this, that, and the third, you got to stop all that. And she told me, my dad looked at her, said, okay, and walked out the room, never drink again.
Oh.
And then
I thought you were going to say a different story.
No. And then they got married and, they had the three of us. I also have an older half sister that was my dad's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we didn't really have alcohol in the house, but, we used to see it a lot when it came to like the winos and stuff, the guys that hung out in front of the corner store and stuff like that. I didn't get formally introduced to it until I was about 16, 17. I went to a party.
Sounds about right.
Everybody was doing it. And, I was, man, dude. Anybody that's been to high school with me or middle school, whatever case may be, they knew I was a string bean. Tall, skinny kid, big ass head. Epitome of a nerd. I was into the same things I'm into now. Pro wrestling, comic books, science, sci-fi, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Needless to say, I wasn't a hit with the ladies. So I saw all the jocks.
You find it as a way in? Thought it was like a way in with them or what?
Yeah, I saw all the jocks at the time. They were, drinking and smoking and stuff like that. I was like, well, dude, if they're doing it and they're like top-notch guys, like physically, it can't be that bad, right?
Yeah.
So I got drunk that first time, and then, I ended up getting drunk again. I think it was New Year's Eve the following year.
Was that like how was the time frame there? Was it like, so that happened when at like the party, and then was it like, all right, hey, every weekend we're gonna follow it up with the same thing, or was it just like a big gap in between?
So it was kind of like that. Of course, over the years, some of my friends had changed and stuff like that. They moved on and did other stuff. I had always been in Durham, so so yeah, there'd be other gatherings and stuff like that. I show up, but even then, it was just like I have like maybe like 2, maybe 3 beers, and that'd be it, right?
Okay.
And
So I guess the norm, right? That's not
yeah, so I wasn't yet at the stage of it becoming uncontrollable until that New Year's Eve.
okay.
That I went to this party. Um, Actually, it was in a neighborhood not too far from here, and or the neighborhood I live in now. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Um, yeah, they had like 3 kegs in that place. They had
Hmm.
like liquor everywhere.
Yeah.
They had a room where dudes were blazing and stuff. I was like, man, okay. So needless to say, yeah, I got tore up. And yeah,
Temptation's there.
yeah,
Yeah.
they had a little bit of
100%.
everything there. So I ended up getting tore up, threw up on a tree. I remember,
These are the nasty parts of it, folks.
yeah, I remember one of my buddies on the ride back to another friend's house because I wasn't going home like that.
Right,
My
of
parents would
course.
have, yeah,
Oh God,
it would have
can you
been,
imagine?
it wouldn't have been nice at all. But I was in the backseat with one of my buddies, and he goes, "Hey, Jermaine, I just want to let you know, you're my homie. I care about you. But I swear, if you throw up on me, I'm gonna punch you in your guts." And he said it just as smooth as that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. What he didn't know was I felt it creeping up. I was like, oh, I gotta hold this back.
A real man swallows his throw up.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
So in essence, I guess, so with your dad, you find that right woman, true love,
Yeah.
to make you
I'll
change.
say this in most cases. That
In
was
most
his
cases,
that was his motivation. Me,
you got to
I
be motivated. I feel
yeah.
like, right?
Yeah.
Like with anything you want, your motivation, you're set. You got your eyes on it, and you're like, all right, I know what I want. I know what I want to do. Like
That word right
again,
there.
the motivator,
That word right
right?
there. Want. You gotta want it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta want something bad enough
Correct.
to where it makes you look at your life and you're like, yeah, I need to eliminate this, this, and this in order to get to where I want to go. I feel like with my pops, he already knew he loved my mother. He already knew my mother was it for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted that life with her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Marriage, kids, the whole nine, whatever. Right? I think that want is what motivated him to be like, you know what? I don't really need the drink. I don't really need
You
the.
think it's an age thing as well?
It could
Like
be. It
maturity
could. It
wise,
could. It could
or
be.
he's like, this is where I'm at in my life. Like,
Yeah.
I think
So
I'm done with that, or
yeah. I mean, I can't speak for him, but I know that when I first got sober, I just started looking back because hindsight really is 2020.
mm-hmm.
I started looking back and I was just like, man, I did a lot of stupid shit. Like at least
Right,
95% of that crap that I did or was involved in could have been prevented easily.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, you're
So
like, you look back and you're like, every time I did something,
yeah,
I was either drunk or alcohol was involved.
yeah,
Okay, so what's the
or
factor we
something.
got to take out, right? Like, or something, yeah.
Yeah, the
Uh,
lowest what is it, in math terms, the lowest common denominator, I think it is, something like that.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I suck at math, but
Okay, so like, walk me through college. What was college like?
I never went to college.
College, okay.
Yeah, so
Well, okay. Well, then the
I
time frame.
did. I obviously went to high school. Full disclosure, never finished high school.
Really?
So yeah, I dropped out when I was like 19, right?
Okay.
So from like 19 to like say 20 to 21, something like that. Yeah, every party that was going on in the area that I found out about, I was at. Me and my brothers, we was out there. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever like at some point in that gap, were you ever like, this is a problem, or did you ever have anybody, like any of your friends, be like, hey, I think you're doing a little too much.
I had many friends tell me that over time. Um, and I had a lot of women tell me that
Mm-hmm.
too. Like, hey, man, you need to, what you did last night won't cool. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? All this other stuff. And it was one of those things where it's like I heard them, but I didn't listen. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Because like,
Again, with the want, right? You
yeah,
want to do it or you want
yeah.
to quit.
And I had that
Did you?
mentality, huh?
Were you at that point where like, if I want to, I can quit, like no
I was just
problem?
about to say I had that mentality. I was like, dude, I can quit anytime I want to. I just don't see a reason to, even
Is
though
that a
I had so
problem?
many. So what?
Is that a problem? Because I know some people. I know some people that smoke, right? And they're like, "Oh yeah, I could quit if I wanted to," and I'm like, "Does that are they? Do they really mean that, or is that like just something that's saying so that somebody like in denial says, not in denial, but like that has the problem
I
would
think
say?"
I think that's something that a lot of people say and think to try to put a band-aid over the bullet wound, so to speak.
Okay.
It's like it's like a almost like a mental buffer.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know that what you're doing is, I don't necessarily want to say outrageous,
Not the
but
best option,
yeah, it's not the best option. You know that.
right?
But then you tell yourself lines like that, phrases like that, and it sounds even better to you when you tell somebody else that.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Whether they believe you or not, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was that guy. I was, I can quit anytime I want to. I just don't want to. The one question that I got that kind of stopped me dead in my tracks because I didn't have an answer to it. I told that to one of my buddies back in the day, and he looked at me dead in the face and said, "Well, why don't you want to?"
Yeah.
And that should have been an epiphany right there in itself because I didn't have an answer to that
You're
question.
like, this is a good question.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but of course, as I was thinking about it, I went home. I was like, man, that was
but
pretty profound.
but it's always like a
Snip.
want.
Yeah.
It's like a desire, right? Like some
Yeah.
people will tell me, "Oh, like why do you? I don't know. Why do you want ice cream?"
Yeah.
Because I just want to. I have a craving for it.
Yeah.
I want ice cream. I don't know. Um, and you're gonna follow kind of what you want,
Yeah.
right? I don't know, but how many would you say? I don't know. How many friendships you think you kind of did alcohol cause you to lose, whether it's friendships or
No
relationships?
animosity, you know, toward those women or whatever. Because, like I said, hindsight's 2020. I was given a million chances
Hmm.
to clean shit up, in just about every one of those relationships. I just did friendships. That's kind of hard to tell because my my real mainstay friends stayed with me all throughout. Right? They're still here.
Right.
They're still here with me
They're
today.
gonna be right
I had
unless
a
they're
yeah,
the fake friends, right?
yeah. I had a shit ton of drinking buddies. Right?
Okay.
And they were around for the party. They were around
Yes.
for
Your hype men,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah, for the
yeah.
persona and the character that I was trying to push out there. Because a
Okay.
lot of it was me being somebody else that I wasn't, that I really wasn't. And the root of that was I really didn't know who the fuck I was, man.
So that was my
You
next
know
that
what
was
I'm
my next
saying?
question.
Yeah,
You felt like you didn't know who you were at some point. You're like,
yeah,
what the hell am I doing? Or were you just like, this is who I am, and you kind of took it
yeah,
and ran with it?
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I was that guy that would say some crazy shit. And if I can get you to laugh or smile at me, I keep going. You know what I'm saying? I was that dude that would say some off the wall shit, do some off the wall shit, whatever the case may be. Well, as long as eyes were on me and I could tell that, or I thought that the people around me were enjoying the crap that I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
I drink more and do more. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um, and it's funny too because I've had, people ask me, "Did you not get enough attention as a child?" I was like, "No, I did.
Okay.
I'm the youngest, so I got most of the attention."
Yeah.
You know, so it wasn't that. It's just like I said, man. I had no sense of identity. I had no sense of self worth, no self awareness.
You ever think it's like
You know what I'm
being
saying?
the youngest child? You're like, I gotta kind of prove something. Like I'm looked down on.
You
I'm looked
know,
at as like the baby. I'm looked at as like the weak one, and everybody's like always trying to protect me. But like, yeah, I can do it on my own.
oddly enough,
Maybe.
yes. As it pertains to my older brother, um, back in the day, great athlete. He can
Hmm.
go out there and play basketball with the best of them. He never played for school. He never played for, you know, like a sponsored team, whatever the
The
case may
street
be.
baller.
Yeah,
Okay.
he can go on the court and do things that nobody else in the neighborhood could do.
Yeah.
Right? He was that good. I feel like personally, and I'm not just saying this because he's my brother, but personally, had he gone to college, he would have played on somebody's team.
Could have played on a good team.
You know what I'm saying? On top of that, very popular guy, very charismatic guy.
Mm-hmm.
He had the ladies. You know what I'm saying? He had the nice car, stuff like that. You know, I got compared to him so many times that it just pissed me off. And
always happens.
you
Always
know what I'm
happens. When
saying?
you got a kid that's successful. I've seen them multiple times as well. They're successful, and then
Yeah.
it's like, hey, well, blank is making this much, and how come you ain't got a job or
Yeah.
something as
Yeah.
simple as that, right?
Yeah. Because I mean, and that's the thing too. Like, I came to the realization. I was like, whatever he is, I don't want to be that. I want to
Mm-hmm.
carve out my own niche.
Right.
Right. So unfortunately, my niche was getting drunk and doing dumb things at that
Hey,
time,
I was the party guy.
Yeah,
The party guy, yeah,
So,
100%.
but don't get me wrong, I've always been proud of my brother and the things that he's done and stuff like that, and I'm still proud to him, proud of him to this day. But I had this early thing in my head where I was just like, I got to find what my thing is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he has this thing, the basketball and everything else. My sister, super smart, went on to do stuff in the medical field, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, me, I was just like, well, damn, what is
It's
my
a lot to
thing?
live up to.
You know, what is my thing,
I
right?
think. Yeah.
And I drank on that question a lot.
Okay.
And I shouldn't have because of the fact that drove me into like early depression.
Okay.
Because it goes from I need to find my thing to I'm never going to find my thing because I'm not good at anything. And that turns into I'm worthless.
So alcohol and depression hand in hand, you
Yes,
would say?
very much so. I mean, alcohol in and of itself is a depressant.
So you were using
So
it as an escape?
a lot of the times, yes. You know what I mean? So because in my mind of mine, when I was drunk, I was the coolest thing walking.
Yeah.
I felt like if I jumped in a pool, the water would get wet. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever some point are you like, okay, I gotta come down from the high?
Yeah.
Like, and so you're coming down from the high, you're like, damn, I need to feel that again? Is that
See,
how you felt?
I was what you call, and I laugh at this term now because it's kind of hyperbole in a sense. I was a functional alcoholic in the way that I would drink at the house by myself. I
Mm-hmm.
would drink at night by myself. I would go out and drink with my friends and be social and stuff like that. I wouldn't show up to work drunk.
Correct.
I never lost a job due to alcoholism. Came close a couple of
That was my
times.
next question.
Yeah, never lost a job due to alcoholism. Came close a couple of times. Um, but never lost a job due to alcoholism.
Would you say you had a
I was
handle on it?
still, huh?
Would you say you had a handle on it?
On things like work, yes, because I knew that was the thing that basically made me money so I can buy more alcohol.
Okay.
So I was like, I got to keep that going, if nothing else, because of that. But I was also fairly decent at paying bills. Now, the thing about that was too, you know, at the height of my drinking, I was buying so much booze and going out so much that's when you start getting those notices in the mail and shit like that. And I was that dude that would get on the phone, be like, "Hey man, yeah, so you know, I'm gonna need to extend this until blah 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 blah." And I was real lucky
Mm,
that a lot of people worked with me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which most people do. I mean, if you just
Yeah,
speak with them, most people do. Like I've I've told people this all the time. Where they've been in sticky situations, I'm like, just speak with them. The more you ignore them or just don't answer,
yeah.
like
It,
then it becomes difficult.
looks
They're
kind of
always
disrespectful to them. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's I mean, you know. So you would say
So
you had a control over it. You didn't let it control you?
no, I very much did let it control me, but in the times that I knew for a fact I needed to be straight without it, like going to work or like going to like say family functions,
Mm-hmm.
because nobody else in my family drank like that,
Yeah.
right? Well, at that time, I had you know these cousins and these cousins that might have done this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they weren't really around me like that, right?
Yeah.
My immediate family, they didn't really get down like that. So if I was going to one of their houses, like say I was going to my sister's for like say Thanksgiving, oh yeah, you know, I would make sure I was straight for that because I know she didn't play that.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
Or if I was going to my brother's or something like that, you know, back when he was married, I knew that his wife didn't play that, or his ex-wife now didn't play that.
Right.
So I'd be straight, and then then me and him would sneak off and have a couple of beers. But that's another story. You know, but yeah, so like stuff like that, I was like, you know what? Cool. I can be straight for this 8 hours, go to work, be good.
Right.
But towards the end of that shift, I'm thinking, damn,
I need a beer.
Yeah, how much beer do I have at the house? Do I need to make a stop on the way home?
Okay.
You know, or if it was the weekend, damn, how
All
much? I wonder who's gonna be out at such and such place tonight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Did you ever go out and were like, how drunk can I get tonight?
Yes.
Yeah. He said, yes.
Yes.
He said real quick.
I sure did, bro. Because there were so many nights where, you know, there were so many nights where I would be like, you know, I'm gonna go in there, and I'm just gonna get tore up. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And especially if there was a bad day, would drink to any reason, any occasion. So if I was having a bad
Friday.
day,
Woo.
I get tore up. Yeah, if it was Friday.
So my dad would do that a lot. My dad did a lot of the drinking. I mean, they'd go out playing soccer. They won. Ooh, we're gonna go get drunk, celebrate, and drink, have beers because we won.
Yeah.
We lost. Oh, we're sad we lost. We're gonna have beers.
You
got to take a guess.
Okay.
How much money do you think you spent on alcohol and liquor, including bars?
Oh man.
How much you spent
So
on?
according to this app, in the 2,870 days I've been sober, I've saved $43,110.
Wow.
Based on an average of how much I was spending per day on alcohol.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's yearly?
Yeah,
Or
that's all together.
the time frame.
That's all together.
8 years?
From sober day one all the way up until now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
43,000.
Typical of people that get drunk. I was eating up a whole bunch of bad shit.
Right.
You know. Not so typical of people that like to get drunk a lot. I stay in the gym. I stay in the gym still. So
gym's always been a part of your life?
Man, yeah, ever since I was probably about 18, 19, about around like say 97, 98-ish. That's when my boy Sam moved down here from Philly. And he was always in magnificent shape, man. So we were sitting in the old South Square Mall in the food court. Yeah, if you're from Durham, you know about South Square.
I know South Square, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
So we was eating in the food court, and I looked at him. I said, "So, dude, what do you do to stay in shape?" And he looked at me and he said, "Well, B, I can show you better than I can tell you."
Yeah.
I was like, "All right, cool. Well, where you train at?" He was like, "Oh, Gold's Gym across the street. The old Gold's Gym that used to be on 15501."
Yep.
I was like, "All right, cool. Well, what do I have to do to get in there?" He was like, "Well, there's a guest fee or whatever, but if you're serious, man, I'll pay the fee to get you in there." I was like, "All right, cool." So I showed up with him. I think it was like the next day. Dressed ready to work out. I fill out this waiver and all this other stuff. He paid the fee. And he just took me through one of his routines. And man, let me tell you, arms felt like jello.
Yeah.
Legs were blown out.
Oh.
Chest felt like it was out to here.
Oh God. I know exactly
miserable.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. That's
God.
The weird thing was, for as bad as I felt, I was like, man, that might be something to this. Because, you know, I've never had anything affect me like this. So there must be something to this. So a day later, I was in the mall. He was there. We all used to hang out at the Tilt, the arcade, whatever. And he said, "Hey B, you want to come with me to the gym today?" And I said, man, I don't know, man, I'm pretty sore. He was like, no, dude, you're supposed to be sore. You work through that pain.
Yeah.
He
No
was
pain,
like,
no gain.
yeah, he said, if you want to put on some muscle, you want to gain some strength, you got to keep breaking those muscles down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right, well, hey, I'll go with you, but can we not do like upper body? He was like, nah, dog, we're doing
I
everything.
can't feel my arms; they're gonna fall off.
He said, we doing everything again. I was like, all right, cool. But guess what? I was in there with him that evening. We banged it out again. You know
Nice.
what I'm saying? And ever since then, man, I was just locked in. I tell people all the time, for me, it stopped being about muscle a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's about what it does for my mind. It's literal physical therapy
Mm-hmm.
for my brain. You know what I'm saying? So,
Think that's helped you kind of stay sober?
definitely. The two things that have helped me beyond a shadow of a doubt stay sober. And this is not to discredit anything else positive in my life. I'm just saying that the two things that beyond a shadow of a doubt have helped me stay sober is AA and working out.
Okay.
Because both of those things are things that I literally do for myself. I don't do them for anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's me basically healing and repairing me.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
everybody has their thing. Everybody
Yeah.
has their way of dealing with it. Like their way. You ever find yourself being like, when you were younger, right?
Mhm.
Because I know you said you started drinking when you were younger.
Yeah.
Were you that guy? Hey, I gotta find somebody to go get me alcohol, or were you just like, oh, I knew the spot and I knew where the spot was that they don't even check IDs?
Yeah.
Which, guys, we got to do better. Come on, we
Yeah.
got to do better.
That's true.
You all are walking in and not
That's true.
checking
Come on now.
IDs, and I'm just like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I had it when I was underage.
Mhm.
I knew a few spots that I would go to, and you just put it up there, and they're just
Yeah,
scanning
just
away. They're like
whatever.
they don't care.
Yeah.
But we got to do better.
We do.
Got to do better.
And I used to be a bouncer on Franklin Street, so yeah, we got to do better. You know what I'm saying? Because it was rare that somebody got past me. You know what I'm saying? And it was never like me just saying, "Oh, well, shit, you good?" No. I always checked you.
Yeah.
Even if I knew you, I always checked you. But
you checked, but you didn't spot my fake ID.
yeah, you never rolled through because I'd have been like, "Man, this ain't you."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's touch base.
Oh, all right.
So you reaching, leaning in for the bottle for if I'm feeling sad.
Yeah, sad,
At the time.
happy,
Sad,
depressed,
happy,
content. You know what I mean?
celebrating something.
Yeah.
So you were literally using it as like just like a filler.
Any feeling on the spectrum, I would drink too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's a little dangerous. Real easy to grab a bottle and be like, oh, I'm gonna drink my problems away. But the truth is, the fact of the matter is, you ain't drinking them away.
Yeah. And the thing is too, not a lot of people know this, but I actually did try to take my own life at one point. Not a lot of people know this. Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't succeed.
And me too.
Yeah.
Luckily, at that point in time, either I didn't take
God
enough.
had his hand on you.
Either I didn't take enough, or my tolerance for pills was higher than I thought. Because I didn't die, but I got insanely sick. Like I threw up for like a whole damn day afterwards. After I woke up, threw up for like a whole day. It was like blood and bile and stuff. So I went in and got checked out, and one of the doctors that checked me out was like, "Yeah, whatever you did, don't do that again." So after that, I was like, "Yeah, I'm not. Well, obviously, I'm not doing the pill thing anymore."
Right.
And I was never really into the pill thing in the first place. It's just that was my preferred method of trying to do it
at the time.
Yeah, of trying to do it because I didn't want to leave a scene. I slept, and apparently I slept really deeply. Now I woke up, and I actually woke up in a pool of my vomit.
Oh,
like the smell of it. I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
I can't imagine, man. I don't. I hope you are never in a position where you feel like that's your only answer.
Me neither.
You know,
I don't think I will ever be like that again. But I can honestly understand why somebody would be in that place. You know, I don't think, I value life so much that I can see the reasoning, but I don't even, the reasoning to me doesn't feel like a justification. And I say that because of the fact that coming out of that, I wouldn't be able to do all the things that I'm doing now if I had succeeded on that day.
How'd your life change after that? Did it change? Were you like,
I still drank, right? But I did grasp at the time. I felt like, man, that was really stupid of me to do because
yeah,
I started thinking about,
started hitting a little bit?
yeah, so something my dad used to say was everybody leaves somebody behind, right? And I started thinking about the people I would be leaving behind. Like, fortunately enough, at that point in time, I hadn't met my son's mom, so he wasn't in the picture at all, right? He wasn't even a thought at that point. But I started thinking about my sisters because both of my sisters were alive then. I started thinking about my brother. I started thinking about my mom. My mom, a couple of years prior, just lost my dad, the love of her life. She almost lost her baby boy because of some shit that was swimming around in my head, right? That would have crushed her to lose both her husband and her youngest kid.
Yeah.
You know, and also full disclosure, and anybody that knows me knows this. Huge mama's boy. Loved my mom to death. My father was my hero, but my mom, that was my heart right there.
Yeah.
Right. So I started thinking about it, and I did, start to value my own life a little bit more, but not enough to quit drinking, if that makes any sense. Right. Because I still didn't.
Were you still as like hardcore into it though? Or were you kind of like,
I was still partying a lot
wind
because.
down just a little bit, or you're like, man, maybe this is getting a little out of my reach, it's getting out of my hands a little
So
bit?
here's the thing, man. I never really felt out of control with my drinking because of the fact that I had been doing it to that magnitude for so long that it was just normal.
Okay.
It was normalized. It was like me taking a walk. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind of minds, like I felt like I was in control at that time.
Isn't there like certain, not levels, but certain like categories to that though? Like I've heard people say, oh, you're a weekend alcoholic. Oh, you're a nighttime alcoholic. Oh, you're a whatever. Because my brother was into the drink like very hardcore, and he
Hmm.
was just day and night,
Hmm.
all the time,
Yeah.
all the time. Like,
So
but it sounds like you could keep a job
yeah,
and you were sober most of the day.
yeah. Now, if I had to work, yeah. If I
So,
if I was off, if I was off and had literally nothing else to do, I would drink the whole day.
but you knew it was a problem. You knew it was a problem.
I knew something was wrong.
Okay.
I didn't at that time I wasn't ready to label it as a problem.
Okay.
Because again, it's funny how the brain works or the way my brain worked back then. But if I labeled it as a problem, then I would have to do something about it.
And you weren't ready to give it up.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I wasn't even ready to admit that I was even an alcoholic back then. Now I say it proudly because I know somebody else might be able to learn from the things that I'm saying, just like right now, right?
Right.
So uh, I never really felt like it was so normalized. I didn't feel like it was out of my control. And the term alcoholic, man, honestly, if you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? You could be a weekend drinker, you could be a nighttime drinker, day drinker.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? See, me personally,
You ever
even
felt you
even
needed it?
huh?
So you felt you needed it.
Yes, I felt like I needed
Okay.
it and wanted it. Right. So
Because need and want is different, right? Like
it is.
want is like, I could live without it. I want it. I would like it, but
Yeah, it's
I
not.
don't
It's
need it,
not a necessity.
right? But
Right.
need is like, oh, I have to have it.
Yeah.
I got to find a way to get it.
See, that was me. I felt like alcohol and me drinking was a necessity. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
That makes sense.
So even now that I've been sober for so long, I still know that I'm an alcoholic because of the fact that all it takes is one drink and I'm back to where I was almost 8 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Now and over time, I've been able to realize I really don't have any control over it. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? It doesn't mesh with me well. One will turn into 10 in no time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, um,
So that's why
yeah,
you're like, I'm good. I don't
yeah,
want.
it's just better to,
Better to keep it at 0.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
you know,
That makes sense. That way you got like a good control of it.
yeah. I'd rather
But
have control over myself more than
then
control over
something
anything
else
else. Yeah,
controlling you.
yeah. I mean, if I can control myself, then you know, you know, the things outside of me that I can't control, I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm able to, you know, if I got a dog in the fight, I'll do something. But if I don't, then I'll just let it play out
Right.
one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? So,
All right. Let me ask you a question because I'm going a different direction with all this stuff. Right. And
okay.
I've been making shorts. For those of you that don't know shorts. Again, I'm not. This isn't a religious channel. It's not a Catholic channel. It's not
Yeah,
a Christian channel. But I am a man of faith, and I have my
right.
faith. And I did you ever like lean on faith? Have you ever like kind of dipped your toes in there and been like, let me lean on this and get away from this? Because that really helped me.
So, here's the thing. All right. So, I grew up in a Southern Baptist family, right?
Mhm.
Everybody in my family right now is still Southern Baptist, except for me, right? Or they either are Southern Baptist or they have Southern Baptist beliefs, right? Except for me.
Okay.
Um, as a kid, I would go to Sunday school with my oldest sister. She was always big into church and stuff like that, right? And eventually she became a pastor,
Oh, really?
right?
Okay. I know
So
that.
growing up, I go to Sunday school with her, or I go to my dad's church, go to my mom's church sometimes, stuff like that. And I said the prayers and blessed the food and all this other stuff. But as I got older, I started to ask certain questions and stuff like that, and I was getting a whole bunch of like, kind of umbrella answers, or
Hmm.
you know, a lot of stuff didn't start to make sense to me.
Curiosity.
Yeah,
Okay.
and after my father died, because he was really big in the church too.
Hmm.
After he died, I started to ask even more questions, and I wasn't getting a whole lot
Correct.
of answers, and this, that, and the third. And I understand that religion as a whole, no matter what denomination or sect you're in, is very complex. I get it, you know. But I'm the type of person to where if I don't get answers to the questions, I start to question the answers. You know what I'm saying? And in order for me to really devote myself to something, I got to see something concrete. I got to see something factual. I got to see some type of actual real causation, correlation, stuff like that. And I just wasn't getting that
Hmm.
from religion. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So me myself, not really a religious guy, whatever case may be. Through AA, I have learned that ultimately your higher power can be whatever you want it to be, as long as that thing is bigger than you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot bigger than you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So in that respect, yes, I do believe in a higher power. I just don't quantify it as like a deity or like God or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a guy that really believes, you know, at the end of the day, you just really got to be you. You
Okay.
got to you got to be the best you that you can be.
I get that.
You
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
No, I get that. I can respect that.
I feel like and I'm not, and don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-religious. You know what I'm
No.
saying? I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not going to sit up here and tell somebody, "Oh, you're wrong because you believe this or you believe that." Hey, I respect anybody's beliefs as long as they're not like, like to do like, crazy shit to kids or anything. But you know what I'm saying? It's got to be within bounds for me to respect it. But yeah, like, I respect everybody's beliefs. And hey, even though I'm not religious, I love hearing about religion
Right.
because I love learning. You know what I'm saying? So I keep the mind open and stuff like that. You know, yeah, I'm just trying to be the best guy that I can be, not only for myself but for the people around me as well.
I'll say this about being a believer, a person of faith. It's not easy, right? Because there are a lot of things that happen that you're like, why this happened?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's free will in the world.
Yes.
Like, I believe God gave us free will.
Mm-hmm.
There's evil and there's wrong. And I believe that things happen. Everything happens for a reason. I don't believe in coincidence no more. Coincidence is too much. Like, you can't tell me that like certain things happen and I'm just like, yo, that's not a coincidence. That's a sign.
Mm-hmm.
That's for me. I'm like, that's God speaking to me, right? And also, it takes obedience. You got to have obedience. Like you have obedience in consistency in the gym to see the progress and to really see, right? Now, imagine if you would have that day after you had that one session with your buddy you were telling me about, and you were super sore. If you would have been like, it's just not for me. I don't see the change.
Man, I would be so overweight right now.
Yeah.
I really would be.
It's funny because like it really is like that, and it works like that. And we grew up Catholic, grew up going to church every Sunday and all that. Did the first communion, all that stuff, right? Youth group, all that. And then when I got, I'd say maybe like between 17 up until like 20 something, late 20s, mid 20s. I mean, I was always like, yeah, I believe, but I didn't really believe and really understand and really dive into it. When my brother passed, that's what helped me deal with it. Tried the liquor, tried the booze, tried the alcohol. Doesn't work.
No.
Doesn't heal anything.
It really doesn't.
I'm the type of dude that I'm like, my medicine is God 100%.
Right.
No matter what situation I'm in. It's funny because I go to work or wherever it is I'm at, and people are like, how you doing? You okay? I'm like, I'm great. They're like, oh, what's wrong with this guy? Like, great. Like, we're at a crappy job or whatever. And I'm like, I woke up.
Yeah.
I woke up. Death is a part of life. Tragedy is a part of life, unfortunately.
Yep.
When things like that happen, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
It's easy to get angry. It's easy to say why. But it's more, it's a lot harder to stay faithful and obedient with it and keep with it.
Yeah. And
being like, you know what, it could be a lot worse. Again, I lean on that. I used to lean on alcohol. Believe me, I used to lean on alcohol, and I was always more like the weekend. It was like the weekend for me. It wasn't like day drinking. It wasn't really like, it was always had to be the scene, like a party scene. But all that shit goes away.
It does.
All that shit goes away, fades away. Like at the end of the day, you're left alone with your thoughts. That's when it gets real. Again, at some point, you're going to come down from that high and you're going to be like, huh, that's helped me.
You're back at square one.
And I'm like, let me get back into my faith. And I've been going like super hardcore in it. And I love it. For me, that's my escape. Exactly. Right? That's my escape. I can't find it in a bottle. I can't find it in a pill. I can't find it in, anything else. But, again, that's just me. And then everybody has their own thing.
And see, here's the thing too, man. Like, just because I don't believe, I'm not blind to it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm quick to tell people, look, no matter what it is for you, whether it's your faith, whether it's your family, whether it's, whatever it is, if it's positive and you know for a fact it's helping to improve your standing and your quality of life and your mentals, do it.
Correct.
You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
Do it. You know what I mean? So,
100%.
I go back to my oldest sister, who was a pastor before she passed away. We had that conversation, and I was scared to tell her, look, I don't believe, because this is the most religious person I know in my life, right?
Yeah.
And we had that conversation, and she took it a lot better than I thought she was going to. And
Right.
she asked me one question. She was like, "Okay, well, you don't believe in the Lord or whatever, but do you believe in something?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Okay, well, hey, look." She said she had a nickname Puddin for me. She said she said, "Puddin, you don't need faith to be a good man."
Right.
And she was like, "I know my little brother's gonna grow to be a good man." Now she said grow. Of course, I was like 30 something at the time, but it's all good. It's all good, right? Oh, because I'm always gonna be the baby of the family. But she told me that, and I walked away from that conversation, and I was like, you know what? She's right. Like the type of man that I am is more dependent on me and the things that I do, how I treat people,
Hmm.
how I come off to people, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And that's basically some of the things that I'd like to try to push, not really push or promote or anything like that. But
Positivity.
if it comes up,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like for example, I don't really advertise my sobriety, but if you want to talk to me about sobriety, yeah, I can talk about it all day. You
Hmm.
know, I've helped out, quite a few people, and I've been helped by quite a few people, and that's the way things are supposed to go. You know,
Right.
like I said,
Let's all help each other out.
one of the reasons why I agreed to this interview, other than the fact that you and me are tight, is because, like I said, I know somebody needs to hear what I'm saying.
Correct.
There's still somebody out there
That's
that's sick and struggling. They needs to hear this.
and that's the main reason
You know,
why. That's the main reason why. If we could help somebody on the other end that's watching this, that's like, there is a way out,
right?
right? Um, then I'm all about it. Like let's help people out. Let's help these young people out because I know there's it's a lot of young people struggling with it. I know, and you're in the army,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So that played a part to it. Would you say?
You know, it played a part on both sides, and I'm gonna explain that because in the beginning, I was in military police, and in the beginning, man, we were the guys that would work our asses off, and then sometimes we get together and we would just get smashed, right?
Yeah.
But then we were the guys that, for example, there was one time we were hanging out all night. We had a PT test the next morning,
Hmm.
right? Back then it was just 2 minute, how many push-ups you can do 2 minutes, how many sit-ups you can do in 2 minutes, and a 2 mile run within a certain time based on your age, and I think it was just age. Yeah, based on your age and gender, right?
Okay.
We knew we had that first thing in the morning. What did we do? We went out downtown Durham, got smashed up, stayed up until like, I think it was like 5 in the morning, something ridiculous, right? Laid down at like 5 at my boy's house. We all woke up by like 7 because we had to be back at the armory by 8. Got up, freshened up, threw on the PTs, went out there.
Mm.
Bro, every one of the MPs passed the PT test. Still.
Well, when you're young, you're young.
You know what I'm saying?
When you're living on
So,
that high, you're on that high mountain. You're on the high mountain.
and
Whether
of
it's
course, a lot of us were
young,
feeling ourselves like, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
past we. I remember telling one dude, I was like, dude, I passed that joker hungover, and he's just like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm still hungover right now. Matter of fact, I'm about to go home, give me some Gatorade. you know,
Oh
but
God.
yeah, like I said, soldiers work hard. Some of them play even harder, right? And you take that by the fact that sometimes you have to go to different states, different cities for this training, whatever the case may be. First thing you want to do is find where the nearest bar is.
Yeah.
If you have downtime after training and you get released to actually go out and see like the city or whatever the case may be, you want to find the nearest bar or the nearest steakhouse because there's a bar at the nearest steakhouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
So military played a factor in that way on the one hand. Now, after getting sober, it played a factor in the way that a lot of things started falling into place for me. Right, finally got I finally got promoted. I finally got sent to a unit that actually got behind me as far as like furthering my career.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to build better relationships with, my soldiers and stuff like that. Because I mean, I went from, of course,
This is when you started getting sober?
this is after I got sober.
After you got sober, okay.
So the way I communicated with my soldiers and stuff like that, and gave them advice and all this other stuff, that improved. Um, I mean, just overall training performance improved. Way of thinking, planning, stuff
All right.
like that. Um,
Let me ask you this question. About how far after you got sober?
so
You were sober and it immediately happened, or you're
no, no,
sober,
no.
there
I
was some
mean,
time,
everything,
and then you started to see things change?
everything was gradual, right? Um, I became more aware of what my responsibilities were in that sector, right? And with that awareness, I started thinking to myself, well, damn, you know, what I do might affect this guy's, you know, career. What I do might be the difference between, this person reacting the right way and living, this person reacting the wrong way and dying and stuff like
Correct.
that. Because you got to think about everything in a battlefield like stance, like a combat stance too. It's like, dude, I just don't want to tell these guys anything that might get them messed up one way or the other, right?
Right.
And then I started, digging into, research and manuals and stuff like that, so that I would have more answers, right, for my guys that had questions. And that led me to the promotion that I got like 2 years ago. And now I moved from leading a team of like 3 to 5 people to leading a whole squad of like say 6 to 12 people,
Mm.
right?
I'm gonna say this: God is good all the time. So reason I say that, there's a
Yeah,
reason I was looking at. I always look at things from that angle, right?
yeah. So
So you said you got that job promotion about 2 years ago.
yeah,
You
so
said you've been.
so that was just in the military. So I got promoted from sergeant to staff sergeant in the military, and that's kind of where I'm at now. And then on the other side of things, in my regular job, public safety,
Mm-hmm.
things started to come together there. Got promoted there, got a couple of raises, stuff like that.
And how what's the time
Built
frame
a
here?
huh?
What's the time frame here? 2 years ago as
About
well.
2 years ago. And my public safety job too.
The promotion.
Yeah, so I started to build a better rapport. I started to build a great rapport with those guys. We respond to a lot in public safety, right?
Yeah.
It's like even when shit happens, you're still like positive. Why is that? And I was like the answer you said, it could be that's worse. The way I look at it. I want to be my daily goal,
Mm-hmm.
not just to stay sober, but my daily goal outside of that is to be a better person than I was the day before.
Correct.
To make
If you're not trying to improve as a person, what do you do?
right. To make the day better than the day that came before it. You know what I'm saying?
So I'll say this: hearing your story, right? Hearing your journey. I'll say this, and you said you've been sober for 8 years.
It'll be 8 years, May 7th.
May 7th. So all this started happening about 4 years ago. Then you got these job promotions about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Let me preach here for a second.
Okay. Okay.
God will break you down,
Mm-hmm.
down, before He builds us back up.
Mm.
Right?
Yep.
So, and He knows your heart, right? He knows our heart.
Mm-hmm.
So, broke you down,
Mm-hmm.
put you through the pits, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got your head on straight. You said, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to stay sober. I know I got my eye on the prize, eye on the goal. Yeah. I'm going to stay sober. Your heart's good. You got good intentions. And you're consistent. It's not like you're like, I'm going to stay sober, then temptation came, and then you're like, oh, yeah, I'm right back into it. So, like, you stayed consistency. So, this is what I was talking about earlier, right? Consistency with it, with believing in, and then the blessings start coming in.
Right.
You see how that works?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I ain't.
This ain't the first time I've heard that either.
And it ain't the first time. Okay, and
it probably won't be the last time neither.
There's a reason. You see what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
You start going, damn, these
I
things.
mean,
So things like that, bro, are things that got me closer.
yeah.
And again, I'm not saying for you to be like, yeah, come join my church, all right, commit
No,
right
no,
now,
no,
or
no,
no.
no.
I ain't saying that at all.
I get that.
Because God works on His own time, right? So I'm like, but I just like sharing these things with people, especially people that aren't, you know, identify as whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I like sharing this with people because it's looking at things from a different angle,
Right.
right?
It really is.
And that's stuff that opened my eyes and helped me go, huh? Let me dive into this a little bit more because yeah, it's getting weird, right?
Yeah.
At some point you gotta. I started saying that, started thinking like that. Then I was like, okay, and then here we go, and I'm on a path, and then there's gonna be tests. Like
Yeah.
there's gonna be tests where it's like, all right, are you really in it? Are you really believing it? Are you really? Let me test your faith, because that's was me. Like I got on that path, and then boom, I get these things thrown at me, and I'm just like, what? Like, what's going on? Why?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, let me just continue and stay faithful and stay with my stuff, and you know. So, but I figured I share that with you.
Yeah, man. And that actually reminds me of a couple of things, man. One of the things it reminds me of one of my favorite lines from Mike Tyson. And when he said, either you can be humble in life or life will humble you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that resonates with me because I wasn't humble in life for a long time in life. And
Mm-hmm.
now I stay humble because I know that everything I have right now can disappear just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and that takes me to another quote. Like I said, I'm a big comic book guy. One of my favorite writers, Alan Moore. The ever so infamous line in comics as it pertains to the Joker and Punisher is all it takes is one bad day.
Yeah.
And me,
that's true. Oh my God, that's
me,
very true.
I've told people so many times that over the past 5 or so years, I've experienced so many things that should have drove me back to the bottle,
Mm-hmm.
but none of them did. So while I realize that all it takes is one bad day, I don't want to know what my bad day is.
But you built that mental strength
Yeah, man.
already, right? You
Like you say,
you
you
got
lean
it.
in, like you say, you lean into your faith, and I know you do. Me, I lean into my discipline, and
There you go.
I lean into the fact that I never forget why I started this thing in the first place.
Yeah.
And why I started this thing is more important than any bad thing that could drive me back to where I was.
Correct.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, what you said it. One bad day, you can ruin the whole thing, and then slip back into it, and maybe some bad stuff happens, and
Yeah, like you said, that's life.
you're staying mentally
Yeah,
strong. You're staying disciplined, and which is a great thing. It's a good thing to have. Gotta have it. Gotta have it if you
you
want to be
do, man.
successful. Got to
You
be
do.
disciplined. Um, so if you could go back in time
Yeah.
and meet the young you in
Yeah.
in the eye of it all,
Yeah.
while this is happening, what would you tell yourself?
I'll pull that young man aside and say, look, you're hurting. Everybody hurts.
Mm-hmm.
You lost your hero. It's going to happen. But know that he loves you. Know that your mom loves you. Know that you have everything in this world to live for. But you also got everything to lose.
Right.
And you're going to keep losing as long as you keep doing what you're doing. If you want to live, you got to let that shit go.
Mm,
And
that's powerful.
you got to deal with what's bothering you. You got to face it.
Right.
Because I did a lot of running. A lot of running.
Yeah. It's
You know what I'm saying?
it's a band-aid, right?
Yeah.
It's you putting a
And
band-aid over, and you're not healing. You gotta heal at the root of it.
yeah.
Find the root of the cause and
Yeah.
start your healing process.
I would also tell that young man to one, not be afraid to ask for help, and two, not be afraid to accept help.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And just know that you're worth it.
Yeah.
Know that you're not alone, and know that you're worth it.
Is there anything you'd like to say to somebody on the other end of the screen watching that may be struggling other than, I mean, I think you kind of covered it right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just want to say, look, man, to anybody that's out there struggling with anything, man, reach out, get help. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, don't be afraid to receive help either. You know what I'm saying? You know, because a long time, even though I have family, even though I have close friends for a long time, I felt like I was alone. Like internally, I felt like I was alone. That ain't the case. And it isn't the case for you either. I'm willing to wager. So the other side of things is a lot better than wherever you're at right now. And you can get there. You just got to want it more than anything else. And just stay open to, you know what I'm saying, whatever it takes. You know, for me, like I said, it was AA and it's working out and it's, you know, doing things like I'm doing right now. For Dan, it's faith and stuff like that. Just keep yourself open, keep yourself receptive, and know that things do get better.
Mm.
You know,
Sure
I
do.
don't want anybody to feel the way that I felt when I took all those pills and stuff. That's not the answer. You know what I'm saying?
Surround yourself with the right people.
Yeah, surround yourself with the right people. I had a buddy of mine tell me that I'm a strong person. I told him, thank you. And if I'm strong, it's because of the support system I have.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
Yeah, hey, and don't be afraid to reach out. That's what I got, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming out. Again, we're going to spit the truth. We're going to talk the Dose of Truth podcast. You know, real life stories, real life situations, not beating around the bush, not making stuff up here. Tune in till the next time.